Hey, Coach, the chemistry on the team looks a little bit better, and seems like the flow is better on offense and defense. How much better has the team become because of the better chemistry?
Oh, it's a chicken and egg question always. Which one comes first? Wins or chemistry or team spirit, whatever you want to call it. So, um, guys are working hard. They seem to enjoy playing together, and most of all, they compete for each other. And when we are in crunch time, we've been able to keep executing, and that says a lot more about the trust that everybody has for each other than any words that we keep doing, and everybody keeps doing their job in that situation to the best of their ability. That says a lot.
Oh, what have you made of what you've seen from Cam Spencer in particular? You know, he's put in this role where he's playing on the ball a little bit more, and you know, he's giving you a ton of production, pumping up the crowd and all that stuff. What have you made of just kind of him taking advantage of this moment, I guess?
I'm surprised that people aren't talking about him more. Here's a guy who played, I don't remember how many games he was even suited up last year or got to play, and now he's causing trouble and on the scout report of every opposite team because of his ability not only anymore to make shots off the catch, but also to create for himself and for others through the ball screen. He's got great chemistry with Jock, and handle both backcourt spots, which in his second year as a professional and in the NBA, that's very impressive. And he's one of those guys that, you know, right away in end of May wanted to come in and start doing some voluntary workouts and start learning new things, and he's, you know, reaping the benefits right now of that. Worked extremely hard during the summer, got his reps during the summer league, and then when there was some unfortunate events, which with the injuries, he's gotten his moment, and preparation meets opportunity. Good things happen.
Coach, you talked about closing and the defense getting better over these last stretch of games in the close of games. To end this game on I think it was a 9-0 run after it was tied up in the final 4 minutes. What did you see with the defense and being able to get the stops and the steals and the runouts?
Just the combination of focus, alertness, and very high effort, very gritty performance in that regard. That in some ways we've been able to not only increase the level of effort in some of these fourth quarter defensive possessions, but also the focus and the alertness. We are really valuing every possession. And that's what you try to do in basketball because of the shot clock. You could think about it more or less as 200 possessions in the NBA, 100 for us, 100 for them. And the way you maximize the value of each possession a lot of times contributes to your win. And we're doing a tremendous job with that. And that speaks to the trust and the commitment of the guys in that moment, because they're doing exactly that. They are really respecting the game, they're respecting each other, they're giving the team the best possible chance to win. So that's the backdrop, but then it's pretty encouraging to see guys being able to execute multiple different defenses depending on who we have on the court, which is not easy because there's a lot of times this like thinking slows down the feet. So, but we are getting to that point where guys are able to adjust their behavior based on who they're playing with, and I think this makes us tougher to play.
Hey, Coach, was this your first career technical? And if it was, what led up to it? Was it that one play or a combination plays leading up to that frustration?
It was certainly not my first technical in my career.
Up to my ear, man.
Who's counting? What led to that? Well, there's two teams that are playing, and then there are rules. And those rules are being interpreted in a certain way. And in my opinion, the interpretation today, it favored the Clippers when their 7-foot center and their guards are able to move in the screens. We had the same situation in LA. I understand it's like you got to draw the line somewhere for that night, but it's always going to favor one or the other team. And I felt like that was too much. It was too much, and it was very hard. Our guys were doing a great job defensively, and I didn't think those were legal plays. And because of this, I mentioned about it a couple of times, and then yeah, sometimes the emotions take over.
Coach, back here. This would be Jaylen Wells' 6th game in a row scoring in double figures. That wasn't really the case earlier in the season. Can you just talk about how Jaylen's shooting has progressed throughout this season?
It's a law of averages. He's a very good shooter. He works on his craft a lot, and when I say a lot, he's fanatical about how he goes about improvement and preparation, and he's one of the hardest workers I've ever seen, if not the hardest worker. And it's again the same thing like with Cam. He's been in the gym, he's been putting in the work, and now he's ready when the moment is there. And in the beginning of the season, he was getting good shots. His release is faster. He's gotten much better as a team defender while still doing an amazing job on somebody like James Harden tonight at the point of attack. He's moving well offensively, getting stuff in transition, just becoming a very complete player.
I think it was about 4 minutes left because Jock was at the scores table for a while there late in the fourth quarter, and then he finally came in for Zach. Just curious, for you, what goes into the decision-making in that situation to kind of, since Zach Edey didn't come back in, typically somewhere later in there he comes back in the game, but you stuck with Jock in this case. Just what goes into that decision-making for you?
Yeah, Zach was scheduled to come out earlier. We didn't get a break in that, so he went a little bit longer. He's also still on a minutes recommendation that we want to be smart about that, so can't be reckless with this. And then the last few minutes, we felt like we were debating this all the time with the coaching staff, but I thought Jock did a tremendous job just getting up to the level of the screen, moving down, protecting against the cutters, then moving up to the level of the screen, so neither Harden or Leonard were able to get anything out of the pick and roll. They were playing against two guys all the time, and those are guys who want the ball in their hands at the critical juncture, and felt like the energy was great. Jaren did a great job also during those same minutes of doing the exact same, protecting the hoop, but then moving outside, and had some great possessions at half court. And we just felt like this gives us, at the same time, they're very solid, but it also gives us that versatility to better counter a possible run right here, because it'll be harder for the main guys to create directly off the ball screen. Thank you.